real briefly, can you let them know what to look for and what could be like an issue with trucks? Like, do having to do your own maintenance? Like, what's typical?
Doing your own maintenance, you always want to be, hands-on, just because there's stuff you're going to have to fix on the side of the road sometimes, whether it's you have a flat tire, you have to pull it off the bead, or you have an airline or something bust and you got to temporary fix it with some electrical tape or something. Calling somebody out is going to be hours, and especially with Amazon, you don't have hours. You got minutes.
Yeah. Thank God for him, man. He's actually mechanically inclined. He actually works on his own car.
Yeah.
So a lot of truck drivers don't. They just have the money to get a truck and a license. You guys don't know nothing.
You got minutes with Amazon to get stuff fixed because your performance score is everything. That's your grade. That goes down, you get doo-doo loads. Long story short, it ain't no bread at the end.
Ain't no money.
Yeah, man. For me, I always say, the most important part of your day is going to be when you end your day, because then you need to thoroughly go through that truck. Pop the hood, make sure you're not missing any coolant, check your oil, run through the tires, make sure you ain't got no major air leaks. And all this ensures that when you get up in the morning and you walk back around, it's going to look exactly the same as it did when you fire it up and you go, brakes, stuff like that. It's important. You see people out here killing people in trucks left and right every day.
Yeah, all the time.
And all of this is because they were gung-ho, they didn't expect their equipment and didn't notice that this brake shoe back here was cracked or this drum was cracked, and you got potentially 80,000 pounds and no brakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your lights don't work. Well, your lights aren't working. It's dark. Guess what? Somebody will say they didn't see it and rear you. And guess what? Now you in jail.
Man.
Because you didn't do a 5-minute walk around. It ain't no joke, but especially on the business aspect, when you're a business owner and you have an LLC, at the end of the day, it all goes down. The ship goes down with the business, but you also lose everything that you work so hard for at the same time. And that's the part that I think people don't.
Yeah,
they don't get in their head. They just figure, I have an LLC. Something goes wrong. It all goes down, but it's like that's everything that you work so hard for: blood, sweat, and tears. Headaches, stress, anxiety.
That's why you have to take care of your own.
You gotta, you put money away for your taxes.
Okay, see.
That's important because you only get hit at the end of the year. And
it looked like a lot of money, but always got to remember, in America, some of that has to go back, has to be paid to something. Not all the money is yours.
Your first year, I spent $4,000 in diesel a month.
Damn.
And I'm local, y'all. I'm local.
Okay.
These OTR guys, God bless them. I don't know how. But my best advice to somebody with my story is, you ain't got much bread, go get you a little personal loan. You know, start getting your credit together. And
so
see
you say get the credit together first and then look at a personal loan first. What about truck-wise, like condition, mileage, and anything? What would you recommend?
It's always a crapshoot.
Okay.
It's like rolling the dice.
All right.
You could go to Freightliner and you could buy a 2023 $180,000 truck, and it could be in the shop every week.
Okay.
All this death and all that crap is killing these trucks, Hate it. New, old. I like old. You know what I'm saying? I like old just for the simple fact of somebody already driven it, and they probably worked out all the issues that it had.
True. Okay.
So you buy something 500, 600,000 miles, and people say, "Oh my God, that's a lot of miles."
Nah,
there's trucks out there with 3 million miles on them, and they still roll. You drive past them every day and don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's some trailers from the '80s, and they just spruce them up and make them look real nice. There's some old equipment out there. Okay. But you want to get you a 2012 Renewer, especially in California.
Okay.
Has to have DEF, has to have a regen system on it. Other than that, they probably won't register it. So get you a 2012. That's what you want.
Would you recommend? I know I heard of this before. I don't remember if you ever went through it. These truck driving companies that'll pay for your schooling and give you a job. Would you recommend that? Is that good?
Yeah. That's how I did it. Okay. First time around, my pops taught me how to drive. So straight to DMV, took the test. That doesn't apply anymore. Now you have to go to truck driving school of some sort.
Okay.
Any big company, Swift, Central, Snyder, there's a ton of them. Okay. CRST. Okay. You're probably not going to be happy after with some of them, but you get a job.
Yeah. So those, it's good to get your foot in the door. Those are like starters.
Get your foot in the door. You get a starter, and they'll tell you, "Oh, we'll take your license if you quit." No, you sit in 24 hours a month.
Okay.
And 725 hours a month, they can't take your license. It's through
so
DMV.
giving you pointers right there.
Yeah. When I went through, there was no third party, so we went straight to DMV. Now they have third party. So if I was third party, I would teach you and then give you your license too.
Okay.
I would teach you and then I would give you all the tests and everything like that. As long as I say you passed, and you're good.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of the downfall too. I think that everybody should have to go to DMV.
Yeah. That way you know what's going on with your own stuff instead of somebody else handling it. They could just be halfway doing your paperwork and just be handing it back to you.
Yeah, it could be somebody that just like you and they give you a license. You ain't even safe to drive. You know what I mean? You can't. And my second recommendation, even though there's not many manual trucks, go to a school that is going to teach you how to drive a manual.
Okay.
And that way you're not restricted as you go to a company that pays $200,000 a year and they're like, yeah, and they look at your license, you got an automatic restriction and you can't drive a stick. They go,
Okay.
nope, sorry, brother.
All right.
Everywhere now is teaching in automatics. So you're getting these automatics and you're limited.
All right. And then the light at the end of the tunnel, you don't have to give them exact dollar figures, but where'd you go from making a ballpark of Penske to your ballpark now after expenses and everything is paid? Like how's the wage gap?
I'll go off of gross,
Okay.
and I could say on a 12-month period at Penske, $87,000.
And notice that
And
this
that's
is a known
with
company.
overtime.
Yeah.
That's overtime.
Okay.
No, that's not
That's
just,
not the 40 hours.
Yeah, that's not a 40-hour week. That's 60, 65 hours
And this
a
is
week.
being how many years driving experience you got?
And since 18, so almost 21 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's how they was taking care of them at Penske.
And
so I mean, no, that's good money.
It's good money,
Especially in California, anything over about like $70,000 it's pretty good money. You can live pretty well here. But to do stuff, especially having a big family, like I know too, a lot of kids, that to do a lot of things with your family all the time and just not you and your girl, to share the experience and give the experience, the lifestyle for them to grow up and remember a lot of things, you need to make a little bit more. And you see he took the leap to make, so how much more are you making now?
We did vacation twice a year, you know. We would get on the plane, fly up to Frisco. I don't like driving, we would fly to Frisco and then we would fly to Vegas twice a year.
Okay, so
and family getaway for, 4 or 5 days, something like that, you know. But I went from 87 grand in a 12-month period there to I'm at 87 grand now, from now to April.
Oh, see, right there, it's in a few months.
So it's September.
You guys can do
That's
the
5
math
months.
on that.
87 grand already.
Yeah, do the math on that.
So basically, that's double.
Okay.
I'll be at double what I was making then, and I mean, I personally make less money. Just because taxes.
Yeah, of course.
You
The
know,
higher you make, the more you pay.
Yeah, you got to figure out your tax stuff. You got to get a good tax person. If anybody's interested, I don't know if I should shout her out on air.
Recommend whoever.
Her name is Wendy at Apple One, San Bernardino. She good people's too.
Okay.
But
shout out to Wendy.
She been helping me out for years, man, because I'll be delinquent on the taxes. I ain't even going to hold you.
Everybody got bad habits.
Delinquent. And she always come through in the clutch for her boy.
Okay.
And, you got to get you a good tax person. And then that's the biggest thing. You also have to learn how to balance out your expenses.
Okay.
You have to balance out your accounts. You always want to have more in your business than in your personal, because you pay business tax and personal tax.
Okay.
Pay 2 taxes. The least you pay yourself is the less you pay personal taxes. But the more you spend on the business, the less you pay in business taxes.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's a common issue that you would have being owner-op, like with your truck? Just something typical is going to happen all the time, like tires. Okay. Tires. Would you recommend going, like, say quality is knowing like Goodyear, Kuma, or something like that, or would you just like Chinese, some Nanking or something?
I grew up with a frugal black mom. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, "Mom, you cheating." And she was like, "The word is frugal." Mm-hmm. I'm frugal trucking, bro. Okay. I mean, I'm frugal all across the board. I'm not going out flying Delta to go to New York. I'm flying Southwest like a mug. Okay. Cheap fare days.
I'll get
you. So with the truck, I mean, for me, I always run good steers. Steer tires, Mando. Okay. Michelin's, Sumatumos, whoever. I'm running some good brand new steers. As far as the backs, I don't care if they recaps, old steer tires, long as they look good and they hold air, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right.
Because you got 8
So
of those back
the
there.
steers is the main important.
Yeah, that's your bread and butter.
Okay,
That's your life. Because you
Okay.
blow one of them, you tear the front end of the truck off, and you potentially kill yourself, somebody else.
Okay.
You know, the backs. A lot of people swear I gonna get brand new ones. Like, I ain't got it yet. I'm still new. So you know, I'll put me some recaps on there or some used joints, and they hold air and they legal. Let's get it.
Okay.
I'm more focused on brakes, lights, air fittings, you know, stuff like that. I'm really anal about that because that's your braking system.
Okay.
No air, no brakes.
Okay.
You know.
All right.